my people, welcome back again to Breaking News Nigeria. So my people, the Plateau State government has come out again to say that he now has the records of people who were killed in the genocide. He said he has their names, the dates, and the location of where all these things happened. And this is not a small matter because this has gotten out of hand. Don't forget that the US has disintegrated Nigeria because of this same genocide, and it's not a small thing. The Plateau State government said that because the Nigerian government are denying that they don't know anything about genocide happening in Nigeria, they said that they're going to use this one as evidence, to tie them down. Guys, just listen to what these priests have to say about the genocide, and I'm going to be right back.
Government is denying genocide. What will they say about this? United Nations, European Union, take note. This is the genocide of people that were killed on the fateful day of 7 March 2010. Massacre at Dogona Hawa, Plateau State. Names of victims that were killed. Machineries were brought from Niger Republic. They were brought from Chad. They were brought from Burkina Faso, Senegal. They were hired into the nation. They mix up with those from Maiduguri. That's a Muslim state. Also from Gombe, Muslim state. In fact, the troop into this place, Bauchi, this is the route that they took. By about midnight, they invaded this village. We are living peacefully in this Dogona Hawa. These are the victims of massacre. Double Bitrus, Chuan Bitrus, John Nash Ren, Ngoyisa Daljuma, all they are under the grave. Karos Nash Lydia E. Danchuma. See the name. 100 is moving to 66. Ended by Israel Simon, Lydia Bulus Chuang, Da Labi Dung. And look at this place too. Dadung, Dagongdung, Justina Gyang, Sani, Pam, Victor Pam. To summarize, to go down to 126, ranked up with Ungo Titi Guam. We move also to 127, Dan Juma Guam, Victoria Zhang, Tess Crooks. You have been looking for facts. Look at facts. To prove Nigerian government are biggest liar. If they taught them, they will say Muslims are also killed. By who? By Muslim terrorists. After they have eliminated Christian from Katsina, from Zamfara, from Borno, what next? Then the Christian that escaped from the far north, Sokoto, they were able to locate and come back to Plateau State. Because, and they moved down to the south. They escaped their life. Now, the rural villages of Sokoto, Muslim state, Katsina, Muslim state, if you find a Christian, it's in the town, the city, headquarters of the state. That's where there's security. But in the villages, Boko Haram has taken over the villages. Once you're a Christian, you can only be a Christian by serving them as slaves in the local government. Look at what has happened to 189. Look at this monument. It's a memory for what is happening. Chuan S. Dung, Duncan boat moving down to 252 people. Joseph, Johanna. Now let's go back to see the other side of the mummy. It continues from 250. Zongduzi, Chuandi, Jik, Da Jiang Pam Tang, Kumbo Jiang Tang. It moved down to 315. That is Nerat Jong. We move again to 316. Peace John, Ezekiel Pam. It moved down again to 378. That's Paula Joseph Nyam.
Sure.
It shift again from the top. Da Dungyang Wendavo. It moved down to 401 and 41. Da Gom Elia was among them list. Mandung Christopher, that's 402. Garba Danjuma, he moved down to round up to 501. Apart from this list that are here, there are many. Only vultures that were dragged into those rocks. Women were dragged for raping that day. Come and see what happened. Look at the monument. Now can we say there was no genocide in those places? Children are there. There are two accounts of record. The one that I have here, the one that I have here, you can see their list and their ranks in wherever they are. Children were battered. Children, they are among those names. And I have it here, compiled by my father, Reverend Danyam Dung, my brother. We have seen here the name of children and adults. Look at it. Ungola Rababulus, adult. Sandra Bitrus, child. Gabriel Bitrus, child. Ngo Yisa Danjuma, adult. Ngo Laraba Danjuma, adult. Timothy Ezekiel Danjuma, child. Lydia, child. Obadiah, child. And somebody will come out and say there was no genocide. This God that we serve under this Muslim ticket, any Christian that will vote Muslim ticket, may God forgive him. May God show him mercy. He has received his number 66. I cancel my faith to Muslim ticket. Nigeria is for all of us. Nigeria is for both Muslim and Christian. Nigeria have been working on Muslim and Christian, Christian and Muslim. Why now? That is marginalization. That is genocide. In the world of the politics, the Islamic people have genocide us by killing the Christian, becoming a second man in Asoro. And the so-called Christian don't know what is happening. And those kind that came out and said there's not the grave, the death of these people is screaming in heaven. 501 people are here. 501. They are right inside it. 501. Please. And then the Senate are coming. Show them this. My Senate are coming to meet their colleagues Senate, Ted Cruz, take this and present it to them. Is it not genocide? 501 people. And they were able to stand.
The United States designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern for the purpose of genocide against Christian population. This means that the US is now going to start official procedural proceedings against Nigeria in some strategic interests where Nigeria is a concern, especially in the area of weapons deployment, because they believe that some of the official weapons that is being supplied to Nigeria find its way into the hands of these terrorists that are committing such genocide. So an action is going to be taken against them. One of the sorts of concern with that designation is that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, is not just standing on the CPC designation. He is also requesting that the House Appropriation Committee chairman and some of the committee responsible, like Tom Riley, to sit down and come back and report to him. And he claims that he will not stand idle by to see fellow Christians are being killed in Nigeria. Most possibly, there is a program or a plan for the boots to be on the ground in order to help prevent the genocide. Most possibly, this is also one of the factors that they are likely going to consider. It means that the general failure of Nigerian leadership may lead to the US boots on the ground in Nigerian soil. And this is very, very damaging to this country. So it means that there is a general vote of no confidence on the current leadership system of the country. They believe that there is a general failure of leadership to provide security of life and property, and that they must do something extra to be able to help in provision of this protection for the life and property of some of the citizens in Nigeria that they're concerned about, especially the Christians. And I believe that's what it's trying to do. So here is what I want to say. The Muslims in this country should not see this as a direct attack against them. Rather, it's a direct attack against the militant terrorist organization. So, and there should be no issue of anger pointed towards some Christian population simply because of this is happening, but rather there should be a general consensus and understanding between the citizens of Nigeria so that we should all understand that there is a failure of leadership in the country, especially the political leadership and the security leadership, to provide the necessary protection that is required for a peaceful and prosperous society. And that is what led us to this problem. So the problem should be viewed from the lens of being generic, not from the lens of being religious division, that will lead to religious division between the Christians and the Muslims. And do not forget, the only interest group that went to the United States to present in the US Congress this concern are the Christian population. Possibly, if there is a Muslim population's delegation that also found their way to the Congress and expressed concern about the genocidal killings that takes place against Muslim population in Nigeria by the same terrorists, maybe that designation will have also happened. So we shouldn't tag it as one religion trying to confront the other, or Christians are trying to confront the Muslims in Nigeria. No, we should see it as the citizens that are supposed to be protected by the security and the leadership of the state that has failed, and that is why the US is trying to do that. And the US is likely doing that because only the Christian population went and reported the issue, to the Congress. Should the Muslim also go and report, they may likely be designated. So this should not instigate any religious differences in Nigeria, but rather it is something that all of us share, that there is a general failure of leadership, both in the political class, most especially the political class, then of course also the security, particularly the political class, because the political class are supposed to provide all the necessary resources for the security to function. But the political class has failed to provide these things, focus on corruption and stealing, and that is why the security are failing. which is leading to the massive rise and general killings by the terrorists. So this should not instigate the citizens against one another. Rather, we know where the problem is. It's coming from the failure of the political class.
So guys, according to Plateau State officials, they have been secretly documenting victims' name, dates, locations, and everything from years of killings wey don happen between herders and farmers, Christians and Muslims, indigenes and settlers. The governor himself described it as a genocide, not just a communal clash. That is a heavy word. And if government talk say e get record, that means evidence dey. Evidence wey fit shake Abuja and even draw global attentions dey. Now make you understand the word genocide. According to the United Law, genocide means deliberate attempt to wipe out people by tribe, by religion, or by race. So if Plateau killings really target specific group, it means serious international wahala. This could even force Nigeria to face international criminal court, because once a state admits genocide, the world no fit just look away like that. Now this na the part where they scatter everybody head. Some reporters point to old US intelligence predictions saying Nigeria go break apart if killings and corruption continue. And now with this genocide revelation, some analysts they say that prediction don begin play out, and the theory be say by exposing this genocide and pushing for justice, the US might be indirectly encouraging Nigerians break up. Remember, unity without justice no fit last. So if the Plateau case opens international wounds, Nigeria fit split faster than we expect. This Plateau revolution don cause serious wahala for internet. Some Nigerians they even clap hand for the governor, say at last somebody gets courage to call a crime by its real name. But others they fear. They say this kind talk fit ignite tension and give separate groups small strength. And international, the US, Europe human rights groups, they quietly monitor this case. Then they even call for independent investigation. Some even they say if federal government no act, the UN go step in immediately. So if Plateau genocide record holds true, it will shake the foundation of Nigeria's unity. It will raise deep questions about government responsibility and security failure. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts below. And also, if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do well to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video. So, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys again in my next video.